Throughout society, and more specifically in the schools which we attend almost every day, there's a serious problem regarding people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. In most social spheres, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities struggle to fit in with their peers, and are often looked down upon or judged to be abnormal when compared to the other people of society. Our group has set out to understand the stigma which is placed upon people with these disabilities, and how certain groups of people and organizations are working to help progress the lives of people with developmental and intellectual disabilities. We started by interviewing Emma, the president of Panther Pals, an organization which works closely with people who have intellectual disabilities and promotes the friendship and inclusion of them at Kingwood Park High School.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Emma. I'm a senior and I'm the president of Panther House.
Okay, what made you want to help the mentally disabled?
Honestly, I didn't really think about it as like helping the mentally disabled. It was more of like I was put in the class peer tutoring my freshman year and I loved it and I just wanted to be more involved in it because it was something that I was really passionate about and loved. And so that's kind of what got me involved in Panther House and peer tutoring. It wasn't necessarily like knowing that I wanted to help. It was kind of just kind of happened.
All right, what's your favorite part about working with the pals?
Definitely just like building relationships with them. I think that's really important to build relationships with like different kinds of people that may not be the exact same as you, but they're still people and they're still so special. And I think that's definitely my favorite.
What do you think are some misconceptions about mentally disabled people, and how can we overcome these?
I think people think that those who have special needs or may have some disabilities don't understand like or have feelings at all about things and like don't know that other people are judging them for being different. And so I think that that's something that we can kind of overcome by like just being accepting and knowing that they understand that they're maybe not the same as you, but like they still matter.
Yeah. How can other people help out even if they aren't in Panther Pals?
I'd say just be nice like to everybody. It doesn't matter if they have a disability or not. Just treat everybody the same and say hi in the hallways and be inclusive. And I think that would really help.
Do you have anything you would like to say that isn't in Panther Pals? Any events coming up?
We actually have talent show, which is April 27th at 7 p.m. If you buy your tickets now, it's $5. But even if you aren't Panther Pals, come. It'll be really fun, and it's always one of their favorite events, and it's always super cool.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Our interview with Emma helped to shed light on the nature of these problems which occur in our social spheres. People with disabilities are treated in a manner which ultimately hurts them more than it does help them. This concept is outlined by the Economist newspaper's article entitled Beautiful Minds Wasted, in which the author argues that people with autism and other disabilities have a great potential, however they are being limited by the lack of care for them in society. This same article also cites that 80% of those with autism are not in the workforce. The step that needs to be made in our society is greater inclusion, and the Panther Pals organization does a great job of working towards this. People with disabilities experience adversity in many different ways. This stems further than appearance in their social skills. Lisa Crowan, director of the Kaiser Permanent Autism Research Program in Oakland, California, says, "Some of these conditions we've seen in children with autism, so we expected high rates of anxiety and depression, as some of the medical disorders such as gastrointestinal disturbance in adults. But we were surprised by the magnitude of what we found." This wide range of problems can in some cases be the greatest weight on a disabled person's life. Because of these extensive problems that come from their underlying condition, it makes it even more essential that they are surrounded by love and support. The Village, a center which cares for people with developmental and intellectual disabilities, does a great job of creating a loving home that tends to not only their social needs, but also their health needs. Our group sat down with an interview with Anne Marie, an associate of the Village Learning Center, to discover more about the organization and what they value and work towards.
So, from the perspective of somebody that works closely with them, is there anything that you would like to tell people that don't get to have that interaction?
I would say the most important thing you can do for a person with a disability is to see them and accept them exactly where they are. It's probably the most challenging thing for people to do. We want to stare, we want to ask questions and things like that. If you just sit down, hey, how are you? What's your name? I'm Anne Marie. It's great to meet you. And you see this person, that is the greatest gift anyone can give.
Throughout our research and interviews, we seem to be drawn to one similar conclusion: that the inclusion and acceptance of people with mental disabilities is the path towards giving them good lives. Friendship, love, and happiness are things that all humans should possess and be a part of, especially those with disabilities. People with disabilities are humans who have feelings and aspirations just like the rest of us, and they deserve to be given the same opportunities and experiences that everyone else can have. People with disabilities experience countless hardships on a daily basis, some which are even unfathomable to us. This means that the human race, as one, needs to be there for them and help them in any way, shape, or form possible, instead of making jokes about them and ostracizing them as though they are aliens. So then, we challenge you to do the following. The next time you see someone who has a disability, try your best to accept them for who they are and be someone who is there for them, no matter how different they may be from you.